cry. They smiled, they begged, tried to make her laugh. Her pride couldn't say we can't afford it, but she couldn't ignore it. So she grabbed her belt and told them what my mama told me. It's gonna hurt me even more than it hurts you. It's gonna hurt me even more than it hurts you. It's gonna hurt me even more than it hurts you. It all started in high five. This woman is giving me fits. Her mouth keeps saying words, but ain't talking about shit. Real madness, I need to do that. I asked her to chill, she couldn't do that. I gave the side eye, she asked who I'm looking at. Then I remembered what I saw in our five, so I looked her in the eyes and said, it's gonna hurt me even more than it hurts you. It's gonna hurt me even more than it hurts you. It's gonna hurt me even more than it hurts you. It's gonna hurt me even more.
Younger generation is so misogynistic that I'm concerned that once they become old enough to be politicians, we're actually going to lose more rights as women than this very old, misogynistic, conservative generation.
The younger generation seems to be just straight misogynistic, hateful towards women.
Even more than the 1950s.
At least they liked women in the 1950s. Yes. At least their whole life was like how much they like women.
Like being obsessed with their secretary or something like that.
Exactly. But now it's just like, she's got 4 bodies.
They're angry at girls being attractive. They're angry at girls having any kind of intimacy with another guy. This is exactly the type of lawmakers that are going to take every single right away from a woman. They're concerned with how they're showing themselves on the internet. Don't tell me that all of a sudden these guys aren't going to decide that they're power hungry. These guys that are so livid, if they had the opportunity to hold power over women and what they do, they're gonna take it. And it's scary. This type of talk, it's dangerous. I really don't need one of these guys to be president.
Meanwhile, while women are upset at men for having you can't be a sex salesperson and not care about your clientele, and the only thing you're concerned about is selling sex. Since the 1950s, women had a voice. We gave them a run. We gave them a chance, bro. Women had the opportunity to be everything that Disney told you a woman was, to be a nurturer, to be the first teacher, to be loving. And everything that they've done has gone rock bottom. Sex used to be $200 from a pimp in 1970. That's equivalent to almost $600 today. Now sex is $40. They killed sex market. There used to be Playboy, Penthouse, Hustler, all these magazines that glorified the beauty of women. Men would go out and pay $5 for a periodical just to see women in the nude or scantily clad, see some boobies. Women posting on Instagram for free. They killed the publication market. They're hoping that they can get money off of AdSense on Instagram and kill the middleman, but it's not working out for them. I know Instagram models that's only making $6 a month. They killed their only market. Men's job is to take over the world. Women's job is to try to take over a man. And they They defeated their only job, and now they're crying. They're crying about the new generation being more misogynistic than the older generation, and we're gonna get there. And I celebrate these young boys. Let's celebrate them, bro. Come tribe up. Women being the first nurturers has made child care programs and after school programs filthy rich. Also, restaurants and food service filthy rich because girls can't cook. So you can't read, can't count, can't cook. Your only job is to make sure this kid can read to and read his ABCs, count to 10, and be able to take his first steps. You don't do that. You have to outsource to some other woman running a child care service out of her living room. So you're not the first nurturer. You're the first teacher. Okay. The state of New Jersey, new law removed the requirement for teachers to pass a basic reading, writing, and math test to address state teachers shortage. Let's think about that. And I've said this for some years. The people who are supposed to try to teach your kid how to read, write, and count can't read, write, or count. Think about that. The people that's teaching your kids how to read, write, and count can't read, write, or count. First teachers. You've been surrounded by women, unless you were lucky enough to be raised with your biological father, because stepdads don't count. Stepdads can love you, he can teach you how to ride a bike, but he can't discipline you because it's not his baby. So he's really in a cuckold position to the biological mother. It's a horrible job. You're paying her to babysit her kid and to be child. That's crazy work. That's crazy work. To pay her to be the babysitter is crazy work. But if you were lucky enough to be raised by a biological father or you had a big brother, you may have had a chance. But for the first 10 years of your life, you're surrounded by women, right? Your mom, your grandma, the babysitter, your K through fifth grade teacher. You don't see a male teacher until fifth grade. And he's normally the gym teacher or something like that. Maybe a science lab. So, but your whole development happens between birth through 10. So if you're surrounded by all women from birth through 10, and they're your first teachers and your nurturer, and you get passed along your entire life, from mama to grandma, grandma to mama to the daycare, daycare back to mama to the K teacher, first grade teacher, second grade teacher, third grade, all different women. Your whole after school program, a bunch of other different girls with after school jobs. You've been passed from girl to girl to girl. That nurturing shit is dead because the nurturing comes from identifying who you're dealing with, knowing your child's patterns, knowing their likes and dislikes, what they're allergic to, when their field trip is. All those things are part of the nurture, and you can't have that when you're passed from woman to woman to woman to woman to woman in order for women to feel empowered, right? So now, the same woman that's saying, yo, these young men are misogynistic, they're going to take away our rights. When given the right, everything else gets taken away, even basic education and nurture. Anyway, welcome to the Dirty Folks Podcast. I am your man, Dirty Folks, man. We about to get into it. You know what I'm saying? Talk about black towns. This is actually relevant to the black town situation. Yo, so I was already in the process of doing the show about an article that I read on the Chicago Tribune about the majority of black towns in the Midwest going under. And while I'm trying to figure out what angle I'm going to go with, I get an inbox from Deacon. And he says, yo, you got to check out the John Goat Show. All right. So now we're going to talk about black towns. Then we're going to talk about the John Goat Show. And I'm going to put it together and show you how all these things are the reason that black people can't govern themselves. why they really need slavery. Really need slavery. But let's go to it. I wish I had a reader. America's oldest black town is in Illinois, and it's dying, but the fight has begun to save it. Established in the early 1830s as a refugee for free and enslaved black people and incorporated in 1873, Brooklyn is nestled in the eastern bank of the Mississippi River across from St. Louis. Brooklyn, Illinois, guys, not Brooklyn, New York. It was once a key outpost on the Underground Railroad and later a welcoming beacon for those fleeing the Jim Crow South. It was a thriving, close-knit community where, at its peak, more than 2,500 people lived under the town motto, founded by chance, sustained by courage. In the last 70 years, though, Brooklyn has spiraled toward extinction. Nearby factories that once employed Brooklynites have long since vanished. Railroad companies whose tracks encircled Brooklyn have, in previous decades, gobbled up swaths of land, displacing residents and shrinking the usable footprint of a village that has about a dozen streets, no more stoplights. Hold on, let me say something real quick. I'm gonna get into the article. Let me say something real quick. And we're gonna get into it that the only reason that black people even went to that city is because they were following a woman. Y'all keep following these girls, bro. But the factory jobs left. Okay, cool, they go. Black people have allowed women and gay men, because all those boomer men are gay. They call it androgynous, but they also gay. To take them away from being innovators. So the factories and manufacturing wasn't yours. It was Andrew Carnegie or whoever was, Henry Ford, whoever the case may be. But when one thing leaves, people normally adjust, adapt, and conquer, right? So you look at the new trend, right? What they're saying is for 70 years, and I concur, I agree, for 70 years, black people have been stagnant. You're still the we shall overcome as niggas, as a culture. The whatever marketing tells you to do, that's what you do. Culture. Shout out to Wayne Rose for the $2 super chat, man. Gratitude, sir. Appreciate you, man. Your culture is so stuck that they still rapping 50 years later. 50 years later. There's never been a time in American history where even if your only innovation was in the minstrel arts, that things didn't change. The dances changed from the boogaloo and the monster mash to break dancing to pop locking to deep house slam dancing to footwork. You still have footwork. You're still rapping. Still rapping. There's been no different type of music being made. Every 20 years you switched up. Every 20 years you evolved. You went from barbershop quartets to scat to blues to jazz to P-funk to disco to rap. Stuck at rap. Even though you've been rapping 50 years, the people that was rapping was 20, so that's 70 years of no innovation. 70 years sitting still, listening to girls with clothes on, letting them run shit while you running away. Coward shit, really. And y'all running away. Now y'all passport movement, y'all still running. Because you don't want to be there next to the girl talking with clothes on. You want a girl, but you think you got to respect her and listen to her with clothes on. No, you don't. Her job ain't even to wear clothes. So now y'all want to leave the places where you let her have a voice. which now y'all call the hood. That's a 70-year thing. There's been no time in any history, in any nation, where people prospered in a particular place and left their place of prosper in order to find different pastures. Because in the 1950s, the black community was doing well. What stopped the black community from doing well is in integration. And integration was nothing but a bunch of married couples. It wasn't black men trying to find a white girl. It was black couples, and the black wife told her husband, "John, let's move around the white people." 70 years to listen to girls talk with clothes on. 70 years of being stagnant. And through stagnation is death. If you don't grow, you die. So now you have black cities dying. None of them said, you know what? We're gonna learn tech. Or between manufacturing and tech was other other trades, right? So you had at that time truck driving became real big, um, electrical and like AC, HVAC, all that. Nobody said, yeah, we're gonna make this town known for this. This is what we do here. We're gonna get into what they actually did right now. Man, as y'all come in, man, like like the channel as y'all come in, man. Likes are free, man. If it's in your heart, donate.
Hey baby, how much do you need?
Not much. Just enough for a new wig and a BBL.
Can dirty folks get some cash apps too, please kind sir?
All right. So I want to scroll down real quick. The small, vibrant commercial district disappeared, and in its place came strip clubs, adult bookstores, and seedy massage parlors that, along with government corruption scandals and a deadly Wild West style of gunfighting, involved the then police chief, fueled Brooklyn's past notoriety as a dangerous den of vice. Den of vice is crazy work. That's crazy work. I want y'all to. Black people need slavery. I just want you guys to, I want to repeat this real quick. When the factories left, they didn't buy the spots and make it mixed use. They didn't become a college town. They came up with strip clubs, adult bookstores, and massage parlors. You know why? Because the men that had money worship toddlers, bro. They worship toddlers, and they believe that every other man worships toddlers. Toddlers are a pastime. Toddlers aren't a lifestyle. Misandry is slavery, and blacks love misandry. No other group of men don't think they own their women. Let your women talk. You worship your women. You put your women on a pedestal, and you find businesses that will pedestalize your women. Now you in love with a stripper. But the whole world not. Nobody's coming from St. Louis to Brooklyn, Illinois. They not crossing the bridge just to see some strippers. Strippers does not make a town pop. Anyway, today Brooklyn's population has dwindled to about 650 people. About a third meet the federal definition of impoverished. 60% of Brooklyn's total acreage is owned by the railroads, which aren't trying to expand. People don't even use the railroads anymore. The railroads have always been used, though, by the way. The railroads have always been used to go through communities, indentured communities. Let's say that. It's not just black people, but black people tend to think that poor and black is synonymous. But poor people, whether it's the hillbillies of West Virginia or the 20th Ward in Chicago, the railroads have always been the vehicle that the government used to replace people, to displace people. I'm sorry. There wouldn't be a reason for black towns at all if there wasn't for racism, Johnson said. The whole point is black folks couldn't be integrated into the white power structure that existed at all levels of American society. Preserving them, he added, reminds us of our strength in the midst of our oppression then and now. Look, I'm not going to read the whole article, but I want to go through the Brooklynite, right? Excuse me. We're going to talk about black towns real quick. Because black towns can govern themselves. As a matter of fact, most black towns are run by foreigners. Like Chicago, we got a gay foreigner right now. So he multitasking, right? Gay men, foreigners, convicts do good, right? They get out of jail, they become a pastor, then use their pastorage to become a alderman or a senator or something, right? So felons and women, right? This whole, if you learn nothing else from this whole Trump event, is how many women had control of the image of Donald Trump. Now I'm not even, this ain't even a love Trump thing. This is Fannie Willis was down there sleeping with a gangbanger, had a whole trial for another gangbanger, right? That whole YSB thing is because she was sleeping with their ops. That's what she was getting all the information was, because that nigga was pillow talking. And then on the side, she's prosecuting Donald Trump while she's sleeping with a married man. Any one of those scandals, any one of those three, would destroy a black man or any man. Right now, there's a man, a black police chief who got fired. What happened in Chicago too? But right now, currently, there's another one, black police chief that slept with a police woman, and now she's trying to extort him out of job. Talking about he used his position in order to get sex. They didn't say Fannie Willis sleeping with her subordinate is her using her position to get sex, right? Revenge law exists, right? So you can't. They didn't say Fannie Willis sleeping with dude and then going the legal route to have revenge on his ops. No, Fannie still got a job. She can still get reelected. Women, gays, felons, and apparently foreigners. Why not, right? Because y'all don't care who black. Oh, look at the skin. At least gangbangers know who in they tribe, nigga. At least a Crip know he ain't a blood. Skin shit don't matter. Ideology matters. But let's go back to this Brooklyn thing real quick. So okay, so let's go look at the demographics of Brooklyn. I did well today, y'all. I got my audio right. Today. I did well. Brooklyn population estimate of July 1st, 2024. Not available. But it's saying total population 76,000. That can't be. That's the whole area. But let's just talk Brooklyn. Race and origin. This can't be Brooklyn. It's Missouri City, Texas. I'm speedballing the show. Where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at? Where Brooklyn at? What? Where Brooklyn at? Here's Brooklyn. Brooklyn, Illinois demographics. Population 604 people. 93% black. They black in the black, my nigga. Multiracial 2.5%. You know, that's the black girls that got a white boy that had to come back home. White people 2.3. Hispanic 1.7. Like, come on, man. 93%. You get an A. Anything more than 92% is an A. You get an A for blackness. This is the blackest city I've ever seen in America, bro. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. This is the blackest city ever. I'm looking for where it says the median black income. But the median income, I've read it before. The median income is $20,000. That's slave wages. They might as well have slavery. They would be happier with slavery, bro. They would be happier and more self-sufficient if somebody came through and said, man, look, y'all can work for a place to live. Instead of doing the Section 8 and begging for programs, you would do better if you just worked for a place to live. In order for them to get back, because I want to tell you how much the slavery is loved. Let me see something real quick. I'll be having all type of stuff up. It's going to be a good show. Brooklyn is going through a variety of programs in order to try to get money. So basically, they're looking for a government assistance. I'm not going to say handout. I'm not going to go as far as say they're looking for a government handout. They're looking for government assistance. That's it. This is it. They're looking for government assistance. They made a website. Shout out to them. They made a website. Brooklyn made a website. Strategic Visioning, Planning, Doing. VPD program. VPD sound like an STD now that I think about it. Their highlights of their program is visioning and planning sessions for community and economic development. We ain't going to develop. We just gonna plan the development. We need money for that. And follow up on tech assistance. Okay, cool. Program benefits. Builds community support. Maximizes community strengths. Overcomes current issues and challenges the community is facing. It creates a step-by-step plan of projects and strategies for achieving large scope goals. And it promotes a positive change within the community. We are talking about, once again, because I don't think we remember what we're talking about here, we are talking about a community that is 93% black with a $20,000 median income. A community where 2/3 of the residents are legally impoverished. And that, what they're going to do, they want money from the feds in order to plan on what they would do if they have money. Nigga, if this ain't some black girl magic shit, bro, I promise to God, bro, this is some crazy ass black girl magic shit right here.
Well, because the white man is the slave master. The rest of the people are the slaves. Why would I submit to a slave? I don't submit to no slave. I submit to my slave master, which is the white man.
They begging for slavery. Right now they asking the white man to help the black city figure out what they're going to do as a black city. Y'all had 70 years to figure it out, my nigga. Y'all ain't figured it out by now. That shit done sailed, my nigga. Accomplishments of the post-mapping communities include attracting businesses, increasing available housing. Y'all should have nothing but housing. Y'all went from 3,500 people to 600 people. Y'all should have plenty of houses. The fuck? Never mind. Okay, community beautification, revitalizing community spirit. How does money revitalize community spirit? You know what? I'm gonna let John go explain that to you. Fostering entrepreneurship. I can't read no more of this bullshit. I cannot, guys. Look, this is the same old to me. This is anytime you ask black people what does the black community need, they say after school programs. Like no matter what, that sounds like toddler babble to me, bro. That was just extreme toddler babble to me, and I'm not gonna even engage it. But these are the programs that black people.
Read the hood nigga. Let hood nigga talk.
My
Listen,
bad.
I just wanted to say this is
Oh,
why objective thinking is needed in the black.
sidebar. I'm mad at Ice Cube. I'm not mad at Ice Cube. He's a minstrel. And I met Ice Cube. He a cool guy. And I know guys who hang out with DJ Pooh. DJ Pooh a cool guy. So when I say I'm mad at Ice Cube, I don't want to say. Ice Cube was a brand ambassador. I salute Ice Cube. I salute Ice Cube. I'm mad that Ice Cube ran off with Dr. T.S.on Johnson bullshit and made it the plan for Black America. That's what I'm mad about, bro. And I've done a show about it. And it's crazy. I didn't read the plan for Black America until this year because it didn't matter to me. But when you read it, the whole plan is this is what we could do and what we could be. It's a flowery speech. It sounds like something that Michelle Obama would say. A flowery female speech about empowerment and pride and how we can do it if we only put our melanin together. It had no tangibles at all. It had no hitters at all. It had nothing that men, because I know black ain't men, but there's nothing that men concern themselves about that was in that contract for Black America. If you telling me a man's job is to provide and protect, we can stop right there. There was nothing in that plan about provision. It was a lot about asking for provision, but nothing about, look, these are the industries that we want to do, and we're going to kick it right here. There was nothing about protection, like, look, we need to train, blah, 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 to do blah, 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 in order to protect, blah, blah, blah. It was a lot of black foreigners, women, gays, felons, a lot of black, a lot of crayon in that bitch. No man shit. Which is why black towns fail and black people need slavery. Men don't need slavery. Blacks need slavery. The women, the gays, the felons need slavery. There's a lot of institutionalized felons that don't want to come home from jail because they get 3 hots in a cot, they get a schedule, they get structured, they need slavery. Women buck slavery and call them misogyny, but if it wasn't for that, then they couldn't buck wild. They need you to have structure in order for them to break wide, because once you break wide, then all of a sudden, oh my God, grizzly bear. Everything's men's fault, which means everything's men's fake, so nobody else has a voice. Nobody. Nobody there when you shooting in the gym. This is you taking 1,000 free throws, and the rest of the team talking about how you were the best because you took 1,000 free throws. Think about that. When you think about Michael Jordan, Michael Jordan had the Breakfast Club, 4:30 in the morning, working out. Whoever wanted to work out was welcome to work out. You didn't have to be a starter. You didn't have to be an all-star. If you were on a team and you were committed, if you wanted to work out, be at my crib at 4:30, and we're going to work out. I'm going to pay Tim Grover to work you out. You ain't even got to pay extra. It's part of my session already. Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, Ron Harper showed up. They showed up. It don't matter how much they drunk the night before, how much they partied the night before, 4:30 in the morning. Be at my crib in Deerfield. We gonna work out. Jordan Light, Kobe Bryant. Kobe had that work ethic, but nobody worked out with Kobe. Kobe didn't have the motherfuckers working out. You got all these ex-basketball players with Kobe. Like, Kobe was up at 4:30 in the morning. That Mamba mentality here. They didn't sacrifice like Kobe sacrificed. They just tell us stories about Kobe's sacrifice. but everybody want a ring. Everybody want a chip. Now we in the participation trophy era where you can win regardless. Everybody get a trophy. In-season trophy, Eastern Conference trophy, Western Conference trophy, Finals trophy, MVP trophy, best improved trophy. Everybody get a trophy. Everybody could be somebody. You're loved. Fuck love. Rather be respected. But that's a cultural thing. Let's get to the John Go show. They were having a great discussion. But it was very, very, very bipolar, bro. It was very bipolar. I promise. It was like listening to a woman. It was like you made a great point and then you contradict your point 2 sentences later. Type of. It was wild. But let's get through it.
Yeah, man. My
Listen,
bad.
I just wanted to say this is why objective thinking is needed in the black community because we got an old nigga up here regurgitating a honky's book. Think about the logic. Like it's like, is there any logic in us anymore?
Honky.
Yeah, cracker book. The Bible is from a cracker. You think a cracker ass cracker is gonna tell you the truth? So a black man, a black woman was in the fucking what is it called, paradise, and she bought an apple, and we know better. Like, think about it, you damn fool. That's all I wanted to say. I'm sorry, I digress.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say the Bible's allegory is fake. It's made up by a cracker, and they use it to control the minds of small-minded niggas like this old guy up here. Respectfully.
Wait a minute.
Respectfully, ignorant. I don't believe in that bullshit either. I just used it as an example before you even coming up here sideshowing this shit.
So
You don't know
you
what the
use
fuck my mentality is at. So don't come at me like that. Period. Respectfully.
Okay, Queen, you got it.
Well, you know the Bible.
Real quick. He called that man a queen. That's so disrespectful. So disrespectful. But more than that, and I'm not gonna interrupt it too much. I got something to say about it, but real quick. Pro-blacks don't believe in religion. The backbone to any culture. Never mind. I'm gonna save it because he's about to contradict himself. I'm gonna save it, but don't call the man a queen. Let's go.
Was the best-selling book throughout all history, right? And let me know when you write a book that is best-selling all-time history other than the Holy Bible.
I would have to grape a bunch of people. I would have to steal their children, grape them, teach them a different language. I would have to go through all of this just
That
to
sounds
sell a
like
damn book.
Islam.
What you say?
That sounds like Islam in a way. You know, you got to differentiate the Old Testament from the New Testament, ignorant.
It's all bullshit. It's about control. It's about fear. It's about propaganda. Humans are scary, right? So we're
So
gonna
you
put.
don't believe in no higher power.
I didn't say that. You think a higher power is gonna
What do
write a
you
book?
believe in?
You know what? Plenty of fish pulled up, bro. He say, man, why would the white man produce a book with origins in Africa? You know what? Don't worry about that part, bro. Don't worry about that part. But I will say this though, bro. I mean, cause common sense ain't common. Just remember this.
Hey y'all, Masters are coming. He's coming, y'all. Masters are coming. Here he comes. Look, guys.
I don't understand colors, right? I'm gonna tell you what I don't understand about the pro blacks, professional blacks. You say you believe in God, but you don't believe in religion. Number one, it's a compound word, religion. Legion is to come together. Re means again, right? Re anything, repackage, re what you packaging it again. Re means again. It's a prefix. Legion means a group of people coming together. When you come together again, that's religion. It's also called fellowship, right? Two or more people come together. It's also called a conspiracy, to be honest with you. When two or more people come together under one ideology to praise one goal, that is what religion is. And it's overseen by a higher power. The higher power doesn't have to be God. It could be the Lord. Sidebar. God, astro figure. Lord, person. White people switch God and Lord interchangeably, but you could be the Lord of Wales, the Duke of Wales, the Earl of Wales. Lord is a title. Giving God the title of Lord in the King James version was the highest title that you can give him. But to say you believe in God, but you don't have a particular way to praise a God, that just means you believe in imaginary shit. You like a goddamn toddler. Ain't no difference between you and a girl. You just got imaginary friends having imaginary thoughts. It is when you come together under that makes it a that. And to say that it's the white man's book, there is no black man book. Not until we drop the Antuega, brother. Not until we drop this new Antuega book. Been working on it 2 years. I'm going to pop it out in a minute. That's my 2025 goal, is to get y'all the black religion. But anyway, which is a totally different religion. Your religion is totally different. But polytheism all around the world, right? Worship more than one God. Those are normally the religions that people have that don't have a centralized government. When you have a centralized government, the government gives you an official religion, which is normally monotheistic, right? One God, because they want you to look up to one person. But most religions are polytheistic, right? No matter where you go, whether it's the Akdas, which I believe in, which has like Danda and Baki and Takati and several gods, or whether you believe in the Norse gods. You got Zeus, you got Odin, you got Athena, or whether you believe in Greek and Eastern African religion, where you have Poseidon, and pretty much the same thing as Zeus. But don't worry about that. You got Poseidon instead of Neptune, but it's the same. Every religion, no matter what area you in, people pretty much worship the same things: the sun, the earth, the moon, the harvest, reproduction. That's normally how religion works. And it's separated by what your specialty is. So you have a priest of like Athena would be the priest. Actually, Athena was a priest of war. She was a goddess of war. Athena was Aphrodite was the goddess of love. But and they had different temples and they celebrate differently, and they come together again. They religion, they fellowship differently based on the temple. Show me the black book. Show me a black religion. I've studied it. Africa doesn't have a written religion. Africa didn't start writing until the Dutch got there, to be honest with you. Africa doesn't have a written religion. Africa has a bunch of songs. They got a top 50 list, nigga. Whatever the hot song is that year, that's their new religion. My side. They go with the ebb and flow. What you think is African religion is really Arab religion. Islam is Arab. Mecca is in the Middle East. They took over Africa, because everybody take over Africa because Africa don't unionize. But everything y'all think is African is really Dutch or Arab. There's nothing intrinsically black that black men have stood on, because black men can't nation build. Because black apparently is for women, gays, and felons. You got to worship the hoe. And if you worship the hoe, you can't get nothing else accomplished. Because her whole job is to conquer you. So if you loving her while she conquering you, colonization right around the corner. She gonna let real men come in through the back door. Both ways. Literally and figuratively, my nigga. Anyway.
Do you think God would write a book?
Well, the God is greater than the book, isn't he?
Okay, then. That's it. That's your answer.
Yeah, God is greater than the book.
God is something that's in you. White people don't have God, so they make it up. You understand? They believe sacrifices will get them closer to God. This is how sick these beasts are from the Caucasus Mountains. Not you, Charles.
That's what you're talking about, the Old Testament, my friend.
I'm talking about all the testaments. Any testament is a testament of a damn liar. That's what I'm saying, respectfully.
Ooh, hey, ooh. Hey, that's real. I ain't gonna lie. I get it.
So this information you got, ignorant, where did you come across this information that information was wrong?
The universe. We are
So you saying you got that from the universe?
Yes.
You didn't happen to read a book. You didn't happen to read a book and come up with that, did you?
Anything the white man puts
did you not happen to read a book to come up with that shit that you are talking right now?
No.
You didn't.
Well, obviously you're reading English and you're speaking English, so isn't that from the white man? Why are you speaking English?
Oh, shots fired. And that was
you got the right fucking name, ignorant, because that's how ignorant you sound. Because everything you damn learned so far on this earth came out of a fucking book. First and foremost. Since I'm an old nigga and I don't know nothing. Your ignorant ass, everything, even that black power shit comes from books.
Okay, that's good to hear, brother. I don't read the white man's papers.
Do you read the black man's papers, the black man's books?
No.
Still speaking English, though, so I mean, if you're speaking English, then you're being part of the white man, right? Or whatever that shit means.
Yeah, he got those words out of a fucking book too.
Yeah, Dave, man. Books is racist, bro. Books is racist. The universe. He got some chakra rocks in the back, bro. I promise you, bro. He got some chakra rocks in the back, man. You can't make me believe that he ain't got chakra rocks and test these rocks, bro.
The key to happiness is to eliminate women from your life. I mean, black women in my life. Look how happy I am. I'm happy as a nigga with a new gun.
When you quit worshiping the Queen Mother Goddess, you can get stuff done. Black towns are black towns because they get nothing done. I'm gonna check this out, but I'm gonna slow walk it, man. You're gonna see how many black towns are going down because you have a bunch of men, a bunch of males who are willfully ignorant. I don't read books. I'm black. I don't read books. That's a white man work. Then you beg for money from that white man. You read a book to learn how to put that grant together, didn't you? You begged the white man for money. You begged the white man for technology, for cell phones and irrigation systems. There was a time in which all tradesmen were black men, right? And every black man was not a slave. There was 6 million black people in America in the census of 1860, which was the last census before the Civil War. The Civil War was what, 1863? So the census right before the Civil War, there were 6 million black people in America. There were 91,000 slaves out of 6 million people. That's 1/6 of the population. There were black people in Illinois, which is what we're going through now, about Illinois towns Black Illinois town shutting down. We're talking about Brooklyn, Illinois right now, but I've already done shows about East St. Louis, Illinois, and um, all these Midwestern black towns going bankrupt, belly up. Once the white man left, once the white man took his factory and went home, all the black towns died, right? White man book though, right? Once you had mostly black men doing craftsman stuff and minstrel stuff then. They were singers back then. But people love to say the White House was built by slaves. The White House was built by craftsmen. DC was a free zone. DC never had slaves. The first White House was built in Philadelphia, also by black people, and Philadelphia never had slavery. It's a Protestant state. Black folks in New York, Boston, Philadelphia, they didn't really go up to Maine like that. They started going westbound. Ohio, Illinois, Wisconsin, the Dakotas, Minnesota. There were black people all the way through, mostly at that time east of the Mississippi River, but then they started traveling west to California. The Lone Ranger, whose real name was Bass Reeves, was a black man. Bass Reeves was a cowboy in Texas trying to shoot the Indians off the lawn. As expansion went, black people went. All black people were not slaves. Slaves, because a black man had a job back then did not make him a slave. The willful ignorance of black people is a direct result of black women liking horrible men. Okay, I'm up, man. I want y'all to understand. I used to be black, right? I used to be black, and when I was a kid, right? And what I remember the most is the segue between being a intelligent boy and a dumb teen. Look, Rick say the story about Jesus is an allegory for the Son. It is S-U-N. S-U-N. You're absolutely right. He says it. He says, I am the Son of God. I am the light of the world. What lights the world? The sun. S-U-N. You're right. Jesus was an allegory for the sun. He was the Apollo of the what do you call them? Not Jesuit. Abrahamic religion. He was their version of Apollo. Our version of Apollo, in the Antigua, which comes from North America, because this is where I live. I live in North America. When in Rome, do as Rome does, right? Would be something different, right? Ours would be Baki. No, I wouldn't. Ours would be I can't think of her name. And in Native American religion, the sun is a and in Norwegian too, the sun is a woman, and the moon is a man. Go figure, right? Which makes sense because, the sun is hot tempered. That makes sense. Moon cool to protect the earth from the sun, just like dad protect the kids from crazy ass hot tempered mom. It makes sense, right? It just depends on where you are. But yeah, Jesus was an allegory for the S-U-N, for the sun, the light of the world. All right. Anyway, I remember the transition, right? When you're a kid, everybody wants their kid to be happy and smart, right? You want a smart kid, you want a happy kid, you want a healthy kid. When you get to puberty, the world sees you different. All of a sudden, you go from being a pretty young girl, say you get a little training bra, and now you on a dating market. You don't know it yet. You're 12, 13 years old, but them girls on the dating market, right? People start doing draft selections like we do for sports right now, right? Like I do it. And I watched my dad do it. I was 17, watched my dad do it, and I was like, Dad, you're an old pervert. And now I'm older, and I do it, right? You be like, yo, she gonna be cute when she get older. I remember my dad told me that I'm 17 looking at a 16-year-old girl. You know, my dad in his 40s at the time. But like, I'm 17, I'm in the car with my dad, see a 16-year-old girl on the bus stop. I'm like, damn, she cute. My dad like, yeah, she gonna be cute when she get older. But I'm 17. I'm like, she cute for me right now. But my dad was looking at like, yo, when she 28 and, you know, she fill out and get grown woman hips, he's seeing the stock, right? The same thing that people are doing right now for LeBron's son, Bronny, right? And not Bronny, Bryce, right? Like when Bryce gets to the league in 4 years, if he get a jump shot, like this is what happens when you hit puberty. Girls become sexual objects. Well, love objects, objects of affection. I ain't gonna say sexual. Objects of affection. You start looking like, yo, once you get them braces taken off, and you know, get some contact lenses, bro, she gonna be cute. And boys become one of them niggas, right? Boys become one of them niggas. So what ends up happening is the best and brightest boys, if you want to have a black girl, especially up to, I want to say the 2000s, 2010s, because these young boys cut different. Shout out to these young boys. These young boys ain't going. But if you want to get a girl, you better sell weed in school or be the captain of the football team or something. You had to do something that would take you away from being an awesome man in the future, for your future 8 years down the line. You had to do some instant gratification shit right now, whether it was a monetary status or social status right now, in order to get a girl. Because I remember 16-year-old girls saying it was too mature for 16-year-old boys, right? They yelling at R. Kelly shit. Now, those grown men outside the high school. Yeah, because you called them to pick them up. They didn't come up there. They wasn't stalking. You already was fucking with dude, and he was like, could you pick me up from school tomorrow? When he got there and he was waiting for that girl to come out of school at 3:15, it's because she made an agreement with that man the day before. Could you pick me up at 3:15? Like, yeah, I'll take you shopping. Niggas weren't just popping up. When you go through that segue, you get the pro-blackness, right? Because now you have women that need you to be dumb in order to feel equal, because girls are dumb. Girls are just fucking dumb. Right? For me, I never listened to girls. So they just thought that I was like, I was just sitting there like, duh. And they like, oh, he a dunce, I like him. They didn't start not liking me until I actually talked. But I ain't talked after I got the pussy, because I'm goal oriented, my nigga. I'm like, I'm here for the ass. I ain't here for this stupid ass conversation. I don't care about what you want to be when you grow up. So after I get the ass, then I'll be like, you know what? You need to be a better person. Like, oh my God, I can't believe you changed. I didn't change. I never said shit. You never heard me talk. I ain't changed shit. You never asked me nothing. But that's the segue, right? They want a hot boy. They don't want a stable man until they grow up and get real bills, because they have no vision. But the problem ain't that they don't have vision. The problem is that black men don't have vision. All the red pill shit y'all saying now while y'all running, niggas should have been saying while they was standing. And stand on that shit. Stand on that shit. But, you know, you can't believe in God, and everything white is wrong, and here we are, right? Pro-black life, right? And all your cities are failing. Every single one of them. We're about to go through it in a minute.
Yeah. Like
That's the same nigga HBB talking about. That's one of them niggas. I'm a street nigga, but I'm intelligent too. He trying to play me as if I'm old and don't know shit.
We didn't say
I can
that.
talk in all kinds of circles. Fuck that shit that he on. He need to fucking grow up. How the fuck we all gonna be kings? We ain't got no fucking kings we control. Kings and queens. Niggas need to cut that shit out. No fucking, everybody can't be kings and queens.
Control your own kingdom. Buy
You
your
want to
own
talk about motherfucking scary and all. Man, shut the fuck up with that black power shit. Ain't no power in that shit. I can talk to him about all that shit. From the Nation of Islam on up. I can talk to him about all of that shit, and all that shit is bullshit. Been there, done that.
He's trying to say that educated black
Capitalism,
folks
hotel,
are.
all of it bullshit. Motherfucker, just live your fucking life, get your money, and do what you gotta do for your fucking family. And get along with who the fuck you can get along with. All that other shit is a bunch of bullshit, period.
These tap dancing jigaboos want you to
Okay,
follow.
hold on, guys. This the topic. We talking about, in my opinion, we basically talking about the weaponization of humanity. Because if I'm a black man and I see a desirable black woman, I'm supposed to propose to that the best way and the most professional way I can. So HB mad at me because he said I'm caping for the captain. But my point is, why are you caping for the administrative officer that has shown that she is about that life where she's saying, hey, this nigga sexually assaulted me. She ain't going to another program. She ain't going to another police district. She ain't going to another precinct. But at the same time, she's trying to cap on the captain that's over her authoritative officers within her ranks and saying, hey, the leader we got ain't good because he offered and propositioned me for sex.
Okay.
Hold on, real quick. The segment they were talking about was a segment in which a black female police officer was exposing her black sergeant boss for asking for some trim. He should be fired because he want to get some ass. But every fucking girl got a work boo. Make it make sense, right? Every girl you know got a work husband, a work boo, or they sleeping with the boss. They want to sell pussy and make it empowering, but if you buy pussy, then you're a predator. Make it make sense. There is no operation in which I go to a restaurant, and if you sell me food, you're a good business person, but if I buy your food, I'm a pariah. There's no business that work like that except the whole business. No business but the whole business. Because you letting these bitches pimp they self. Girls are dumb. They don't do shit right. All they do is destroy everything, even their own clientele. Girls are fucking dumb as shit. It's not the fact that girls are dumb that's the problem. It's the fact that you think that it's chivalrous to defend a dumb bitch that's the problem. If y'all really love these bitches the way y'all say y'all love these bitches, you know what the fuck you would do.
Daddy, you say that means you love her.
That's what I've been trying to tell her.
And messing me up. There was a line in here I wanted him to say. We're going to go back to it. It's a line in here I want him to say. Where he knows exactly what makes a community, and he won't stand on it.
Same women you abused and the same laws and regulations you adjusted for back then will be adjusted for today. It don't matter if they're your children or your grandchildren, they're going to get initiated in the game.
Snake, you are really high, and I don't know if you had crack with your coffee this morning. But
No.
You're going on.
No, bro. I'm going to tell you something. One
Topic.
thing I don't do is obsessive drugs like that. I don't do man-made. I do from the earth. I love weed. The only man-made drug I'm on going to be beer. But thank you for your interpretation of my level of inebriancy.
Get weed from the weed shop. All that other shit is laced with stuff.
Oh, man, I buy mine from the dope man. I get weed, man. Somebody.
Yeah, they getting into some whole other shit, some drug addict shit. I'm not supporting the drug addict shit. However, I'm gonna give you an example of why black cities are failing. You're not gonna believe this when I show you. You're gonna be like, oh, how did you make this square fit that circle? I don't know who this lady is, but let's watch this together. We're gonna watch it twice because I want to show you guys the problem with this.
Try to let that. She like you, they going to date, bro.
Alright, number one, y'all got the most violent, most aggressive, manly ass women, and it's an old bitch. They been abusive. I done gave y'all the test before. Go on YouTube and put in black mom. You ain't got to put nothing else in. Put in black mom. All you gonna see is a bunch of domestic violence, child abuse, shit like that. They been violent people. Here's the problem. Here's the play-by-play. He got stolen. He got sucker punched. Boom. This drunk ass, he fall out. Here's the problem. The man right here on the left, he's the man that if you fighting, he grab you and tell you to chill. They don't stop her. The man on the right is supposed to be your guy who helped jump the nigga that snucker punched you. Instead, he telling the man to chill because that's a lady. Right? Watch. So at this point, you have empowered, because she has no power, you have empowered and emboldened this ugly looking bitch to be violent. You're letting her know that no matter what she does to you, there is no repercussion. And not only is there no repercussion for what she does to you, there's repercussion for you if you was to break away from your boy and kick in a motherfucking coochie, nigga. They'll be on your ass like, oh my God, I can't believe you hit a woman. But they laughing at her hitting you. Misandry only works because men enforce it. Women can only do what men allow. You think this is a out of control bitch, and she is. But there is no boundary because the men ain't stomp out. Every nigga in there should have got a lick. Every motherfucker in there should have got a lick on her ass, bro. And broke her down to build her up. Broke her motherfucking ass down, nigga. Stomped on her neck. Next thing you said, she got a neck brace on, a sling on her arm, a crutch for her ankle. Every motherfucking time she see me, she should be shaking like an abused pet. Put your hands on a man, bitch. But he's supposed to protect you while you fighting him. This is why black towns are going down. There are no men in black towns. It's males in black towns. There are no men in black towns. Because black men, first of all, men don't come in black. But you can't be a man in that town or the other males will attack you. Because women hate men. Women hate men. All women hate their own men. That's not a unique thing to blackness. Every woman hates her own man. Asian women hate Asian men. There's a large swath of white women who really don't like white men, who would rather date other races of men. Black women hate they men. All shit. Puerto Ricans hate Puerto Rican men. Mexican women kind of be with Mexican men, to be honest with you. But that's an anomaly. But if they can get away, they'll get a white boy. No woman likes their own man. No woman likes the representation of their father and their brother. However, no other group of men allow their bitch to wild out like this, bro. Listen to the commentary. He about to say something else, which is the trifecta of black men hate other men. They hate men as much as women hate men. Watch what he says. We about to say it right now.